A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a landmark ruling, a United States federal judge has raised serious constitutional concerns regarding the Trump administration's efforts to deport pro-Palestine student activist Mahmoud Khalil. District Judge Michael Farbiarz, presiding over a case in New Jersey, indicated that the government's rationale for Khalil's deportation, citing national security threats stemming from his activism, is likely unconstitutional. Khalil, a lawful permanent resident and former graduate student at Columbia University, was arrested earlier this year as part of a broader crackdown on pro-Palestine activism by the Trump administration. His arrest has sparked outrage among civil liberties organizations, who argue that his detention is a blatant violation of his First Amendment rights to free speech. The case began on March 8th, when Khalil was taken into custody in New York City while his wife, Dr. Noor Abdallah, filmed the incident. Following his arrest, he was transferred to a detention facility in Louisiana, where he remains while the government pursues his deportation. The Trump administration's claims that Khalil poses a threat to U.S. foreign policy have been met with skepticism by Judge Farbiarz, who questioned whether an ordinary person would believe they could be deported for actions that allegedly compromise U.S. relations with other countries. Khalil's legal team has argued that his detention is politically motivated, aimed at chilling dissent against U.S. support for Israel amidst ongoing violence in Gaza. They have filed a habeas corpus petition, claiming that Khalil has been unlawfully detained without any criminal charges against him. The U.S. Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, has defended the deportation under the Immigration and Nationality Act of 1952, which allows for the removal of foreign nationals deemed to pose serious foreign policy consequences. However, this law has rarely been invoked and raises significant concerns regarding its compatibility with constitutional free speech protections. In his ruling, Judge Farbiarz noted that the government's rationale for Khalil's deportation appears to meet the standards for constitutional vagueness, suggesting that Khalil's petition is likely to succeed on its merits. While he did not order Khalil's immediate release, he acknowledged the urgency of the case and plans to issue further directives in the coming days. Khalil's case is not isolated. It represents a growing trend of legal challenges against the Trump administration's aggressive stance towards pro-Palestine activism. Other students, such as Ramesa Ozturk and Mohsen Madawi, have faced similar detentions but were released after legal intervention. Khalil's situation, however, remains precarious, as the government has denied requests for his temporary release to witness the birth of his son. The implications of this case extend beyond Khalil's personal circumstances. Critics of the Trump administration argue that its actions represent a broader attempt to suppress dissent and limit free speech on college campuses, particularly regarding issues related to Israel and Palestine. Khalil's detention has been described by his supporters as a chilling reminder of the lengths to which the government will go to silence voices of opposition. As Khalil's legal battle continues, his supporters remain hopeful that the courts will uphold constitutional protections for free speech. The ACLU, which is representing Khalil, has vowed to fight relentlessly for his release, emphasizing the importance of protecting the rights of all individuals, regardless of their political beliefs. The outcome of this case could have significant ramifications for the future of activism and free speech in the United States, particularly in the context of contentious political issues like the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Judge Farbiarz's ruling serves as a critical juncture in this ongoing fight for civil liberties, raising important questions about the balance between national security and the fundamental rights enshrined in the Constitution. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.